Do you feel like prospects don't just want to buy from you? Do you feel that way? Yet you see others selling. That can be a terrible place to be, actually. The reason for this video is to show you what you can do so that prospects can start buying from you. And the things you need to do so that prospects can start buying from you would also let you know why prospects are not yet buying from you. If we look at the foundation of the word business, the Latin word is something like negatium. The word business has a lot to do with negotiation, exchange. It means no time for leisure. Now, nature responds to hustle. Nature responds to the effort you put in. Nature responds to your inputs. There are certain laws that govern this universe, and some of these laws govern business as well. They govern selling. And that's why today we are starting a series on how to sell when no one wants to buy. And today's topic, we're going to be looking at the business side of selling, understanding that certain factors influence how businesses turn out, and therefore influence how sales would work for us. Let's define what selling is. Remember, selling is proving that what I'm giving to you is greater in value than what I'm getting from you. This means that when you sell, you are proving to the prospect, you're saying, Mr. Prospect, see, what I'm telling you to pay is lesser compared to what I'm giving you. Meaning, Mr. Prospect, you are actually underpaying. When a prospect has bought from you, he only bought because he perceived that he was underpaying. He perceived that the value was greater. Whenever the prospect says, let's negotiate it. Now, of course, some people negotiate because they feel like you can never just buy from the first price, which is understandable. Nevertheless, after negotiating, which is the initial, what's the best price? That's the initial conversation. Some people still feel, I'm not satisfied enough. They want to bring the price further down. Why? Because they perceive that the value they are getting is not compared to the price. Meaning the price is more than the value. Your role is to let the prospect see that the value is far more than the price, that they are underpaying. If the prospect believes that the value is equal to the price, he will never buy. He will never buy. The prospect must see it. He must perceive it, that the value is far greater than the price. Then they'll jump in immediately. And everything is about perception. Perception. And the greatest form of perception is the perception that takes place at the subconscious level. Because you see, buying is not a conscious thing. The decision to buy was made long before the person said, I want to buy now. Or before the person made payments, or before the person indicated interest. The decision to buy was made long because it happens at a subconscious level. Subconscious means below consciousness. It means subliminal. It means you are not aware that you already decided. But there are factors, ladies and gentlemen, that affect people at the subconscious level. And some of these factors are the reasons why prospects may not be buying. I've said earlier, selling is proving that what I'm giving to you is greater in value than what I'm telling you to pay. Now, when it's time to prove, two things must be present. To prove means to use arguments, to use emotions, or to use evidence. Argument and evidence to make a case. That's what it means to prove. Argument and evidence. What is argument? Argument is emotions. What is evidence? Evidence is logic. This means for you to prove to a prospect and the prospect is underpaying, it's not enough to give the person facts and data and figures. That's good, but it's not enough. You need to also use emotions. It's also not enough to only use emotions and let them see how it's going to help them. Let them see what they're going to be missing out. All that has its place. But if you use only that, it's not going to be enough. Logic and emotions must be present. This means you won't give facts, you won't give data. You want to also listen to them with all your might, with all your heart, so that you can really see the trigger words they use to communicate and you can repeat those words to them. So, number one, the business side of selling. Selling is a business of service. It's a business of service. If your goal is to serve prospects, you will sell. If your goal is, I want to make money, I want to meet my targets, I want to just generate sales. If the thinking, the mentality, the words that rotate in your mind every day is, I want to make sales. Where can I make sales? I want to make sales. It's not going to be as effective as if you think, service. Who am I going to help today? Who can I help? How can I help? Because according to nature, when a waiter comes to serve you, right? Please note that most times when you're being served, you're seated. The person who is serving you is standing. This means to a large extent, you're on top as the person who is serving. When it's time to serve, the person who is being served, the person's hand is under. You that's serving, your hand is on top. To an extent, that already shows you that by nature, the person who is serving is the greater person. Even Jesus said, he that would be the greatest among you must be he who will serve the most. So think service. How can I help? How much can I give first before I ask for money? You see, price mentioned before value has been understood is a sale lost. The moment your price has come out of your mouth and the value of what you were trying to communicate has not been understood, the sale is gone. It's almost impossible to recover it. Because at that point in time, there's a disequilibrium between value and price. In the prospect's mind, he cannot just see it anymore that he's underpaying. He feels that he's overpaying because value must enter the room first before price walks into the room. Nature already shows us that there is order. 1, 2, 3, 4. A, B, C, D. You see, life expects things to go a certain way. You go from being a baby to being a toddler to being a young child to being an adult. You see, there is a progression. There are things that if they come before the other, it brings a disequilibrium in life. One of them is mentioning price before value has been understood. Value must get into the room. And I didn't say before value has been communicated. Before value has been understood, value must get into the room first. And one of the ways you can serve your prospects with value is by educating them. The highest form of selling is selling through education. Educate the prospects. It takes time, but do it. I always like to say that, you see, you can't cook beans in a hurry. There are things you can't just do in a hurry. There are things that require process. One of them is value communication. And that's why you can't sell to a prospect who is in a hurry. Yes? Okay, yes, I'm actually heading to I have a flight to catch. All right, so you say you want to talk to me. All right, I'm listening to you, talk to me. You can't sell at that point in time. What are you supposed to do? Reschedule the appointment. Oh, sir, okay, I know you're busy right now. Can we meet? You'll be back. You said you'll be back in 2 weeks' time, right? Oh, fantastic. All right, the week you're back, can we meet that Tuesday or do we meet the Friday of that week? You would say, let's do Friday. And it's out because I'll probably be resting. Let's do Friday. You see, you got to an appointment. Then you prepare. You do your research. You study about the prospects so that when you're in front of the prospect, you're ready to give your best. So be conscious of serving. And who am I helping today? The person who enters the room thinking about who to sell to versus the person who enters the room thinking about who can he serve? Who can he help? Oh, it's not the same, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the same. If you walk into a meeting and while you're in front of the prospect, you will have the mentality, you have the thinking, oh, how can I help this man today? Why does he even want to buy? What's his objective for this investment or this purchase? I want to help this man. If that is what it is, these are thoughts running at the back of your mind. or in your mind while that conversation is going on, ladies and gentlemen, you will be meeting the prospect at a subconscious level, at a subliminal level, where he would have made a decision before he has decided to make a decision. Have you heard about the word vibe? I've heard about when people say things like, I like your vibe. I like this lady's vibe. Oh, I like this guy's vibe. That word vibe is a reflection of your dominant thoughts. Your thoughts always show on your face. The first place to know where a prospect is interested or not is on his face. The first place to know whether a prospect will do business with you is from your face. And your thoughts manifest first in your face. The second, I said selling the business or service. Selling is also a business. Number two, it's a business of matching needs with products. Matching needs with products. You're a matchmaker. You're finding the need. You're finding the need. See, the product to sell is not important as much as the need to find. Focus on finding the need. When you find the need, a solution will arise. See, ladies and gentlemen, nature, let's not fight with nature. Things must enter the room first. The same way value must enter the room before price enters the room. Nature must, the need must enter the room first before the product enters the room. Don't put product first before the need. Put the need first. This means that if you discover that what you're trying to sell to this prospect, he doesn't need it, don't sell it. The hallmark of selling is integrity. Don't exaggerate. Don't say things like, sir, it will fly. It will go underwater. Wait, what are you talking about? Land. It will fly. It will go underwater. Never. Come on. No exaggerations. Sir, this place will appreciate in the next 2 days. No, you know there's not going to appreciate in the next 1 year. So there's no need. Follow nature, which means if you focus on identifying the need, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed that if you would listen the way I'm going to show you right now, you could even see far greater needs than you saw initially. You know, sometimes when people don't listen properly, they believe that the first thing they identified is what they should address. No. When you sell the way I'm showing you to sell right now, before you start communicating value, you should ask at least 3 questions because you're looking for needs. This means that if you ask the first question and you find out that you've seen the need already, don't end there. Go to the second question. Go to the third question. Why? You're looking for the real root problem. If you meet a medical doctor and the medical doctor says, you say, doctor, I'm having a headache. Will he say, okay, that's fine. Okay, no, look at it this way. You walk into the hospital, doctor says, hey, how can I help you? First question, how can I help you? You say, doctor, I'm having a headache. He'll say, okay, take Panadol. No, that's not how it works. He will ask you at least 2 other questions. Okay, how long has it been? Is anybody in your family experiencing such? What part of the head is aching you? By the time he's done, he will find out that it's not Panadol that you even need. You even need something greater, which will even make him more money. But his intention in the beginning was not, I want to make more money. How can I ask him more questions? No. His intention was, I want to serve. Let me follow my process, which is to ask you 3 to 4 questions. Because when I follow this process, I would eventually be able to serve you at a higher level. You see that now? And in the course of trying to serve you, he identifies the need and is matching the problem or the solution or the product to the need. And that's why product knowledge is important. It's important because the more you know about the product, the more you can easily match needs with products. Then finally, now I'll talk to you about how to listen. Now, hearing and listening are not the same thing, right? We were all born with ears, but nobody was born with the ability to listen because listening is a skill. There are 5-day courses. There are courses on listening, 5 days. Imagine going for a course and they tell you it's a 5-day program, Monday to Friday, and we're going to be teaching you how to listen. You'll be wondering, what exactly am I deaf? But there are courses on listening because listening, there are techniques. The first step to effective listening is you want to practice what we call mental disposition. Mental disposition means my intention is not to reply. My intention is to understand you. The prospect always sees your intention at a subconscious level. It is your action it sees at a conscious level. So my intention is not to reply. My intention is to understand you. The moment I sit in front of you, I just want to understand you. That's all. Because when I understand you, the right product will come to me because nature works with me. You see that? Because there are laws. The second thing, physical disposition. I want to sit to face you. I don't want to sit this way and you're here. I want to sit to face you. I want to make eye contact. I'm not staring. I'm making eye contact, meaning I would look at you, then from time to time I could take my eyes off and bring it back. I don't want to look at your mouth because that will distract you from talking. I don't want to look at your hair. I want to stay within this area here. While you're talking, I'm not going to lick my lips. Maybe because I feel like your lips are dry. I'm not going to do that because that will distract you. I'm going to stay with you in the conversation. Number 3, I'll make sounds. To show I'm listening. Number 4, while you're talking, I will not interrupt you. I'll let you finish. Number 5, if there's any point in time I need clarification, I would say, oh, sorry, I missed you there. Are you saying I'll ask for clarification? Number 6, when you're done talking, I'll pause for about 3 seconds because that would show that I'm trying to digest what you said. That means that I've been listening. That means I'm trying to reflect on the information you're giving me. Then finally, number 7, before I reply, I will paraphrase what you said so far to be sure we're on the same page. Then I'll reply. Number 3, selling is a business of trust and love. People will do business with you if they know you, if they like you, and if they trust you. The prospects must genuinely, the salesperson must genuinely love the prospects. One of the greatest ways you can get the right questions to ask people is if there's genuine love in your heart for the prospects. You cannot help somebody you don't love. You can't give value to someone you don't love. And that's why the focus is on making sure that you think the right thoughts about your prospects. Some statements must not come out of your mouth. Things like, oh, this man likes trouble too much. All these customers that pay so little, they're the ones that give the most problems. Oh, this prospect, every time, he's always calling me at odd hours. Don't say those kind of things. If he's calling at odd hours, he's calling at odd hours because you've been picking the calls at odd hours. So focus on making sure that, hey, I love my prospects, I genuinely want to help my prospects, and you find that you'll be able to give him value at a much greater level. I hope this has helped you today. These are the 3 reasons why prospects will not be buying from you. And if you make adjustments at these 3 levels, you'll see a tremendous change. And people will start buying from you in a big way. I thank you for joining the call. Please remember to like, remember to subscribe, share this link with others so they can join us. My goal here is to serve you and help you so that you can start to win and exceed your sales targets. See, I believe in you. I believe that we're kindred spirits. I believe that we have a lot in common. I've been in sales before, so I know the challenges and difficulties sales people go through, and I want to help you so that you don't have to go through those difficulties. So I wish you all the best. Please comment, give us a comment in the comment section below if you have any questions as you guys want about. And please, I would like to hear from you. Which of these 3 points got your attention the most? Selling the business of service, a business of matching needs with products, or is the business of trust and love? Thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow.